Hello, welcome back to my channel. I want to just go right into this video, which is about what has been going on since I started the Hobonichi Hone. And I don't know if you all have seen the video before. I'll try and tag the video that I recorded in regards to my Hobonichi. This is the first time I've owned a Hobonichi A5 Cousin, and I shared my concerns about how I was going to use it, especially like the dailies. The dailies was like the main concern because I felt like having a daily page, just one daily page wasn't enough for me. And I started to wonder how that was going to play out. So we're already in March, and I kind of wanted to go over how it's been so far. Since I anticipated that one day wasn't going to be enough, I had bought some loose leaf Tomoe river paper for like to add in addition to the daily page. Like if I end up filling the daily page, I can add more if I feel like I want to write more. I'm going to zoom in just a tad bit. So I talked about these sheets on one of my videos as well. And then I talked about this Postalco that I bought from Baum-Kuchen as well. And it makes sense to buy loose leaf paper to put it into this. It's like a clipboard situation. But yeah, if you feel like writing without... like if you want to just write and you like the tactile experience of it and just the fact that you can get rid of this paper and throw it away instead of keeping it in a notebook, it's an option. But honestly, that's not why I bought it for this. And honestly, I don't even know why I bought this. I just liked the idea of it. But I am actually using it for more to stash like scraps and stuff. So I'm keeping it in here. And I don't know, maybe eventually I'll use this paper to add in here, because you guys remember how I told you on that last video of the Postalco video that I needed a specific stapler, a Japanese stapler, to make the holes here. And I said I was going to keep you guys posted. Yeah, well, I ended up getting the stapler from Baum-Kuchen, completely separate, and I expedited it so I can have it just in case, whatever. So yeah, I mean, I ended up buying it. I honestly haven't used a regular stapler to see if it would fit. I tried one at work, but the spacing was, I think, a little bit off. So this one was like perfect to fit for this A5. I got this one on Baum-Kuchen. Anyway, so I'm using this currently to have scraps because I do like collage. I have a collage journal, so I'm gonna start keeping my scraps in here and having them as I go wherever I go. But anyway, since this video is more about how my system is and how what it's become and what it's showing me, I kind of wanted to write a little bit about where I'm at right now and why I am where I am. I'm going to staple one piece of paper here from the Tomoe river paper, and I'm going to add it to I'm usually not going to use a hole puncher because I end up putting this loose leaf paper into my Hobonichi Cousin. But for this purpose of just wanting to just kind of write about what's been going on, I just kind of want to give a visual. So before my Hobonichi, I started with a bullet journal system, my bullet journal system, right? And I still use a bullet journal kind of like standard method of like migrating tasks, using like exactly like how the bullet journal system was created. I do a lot of rapid logging in here. But as far as like my original bullet journal, when I started journaling, I used it literally for journaling. I used it for planning. I used it for collaging. And honestly, it wasn't even like collaging. It was more like a junk journal. I would put anything and everything in there. And then what else would I add into my bullet journal? Oh, like brain dumping, or like project breakdowns. And it was beginning to be a lot for, I mean, I actually did this for a while not knowing that it was going to be something that became a hindrance later in the future. The reason, obviously this works out well when you use an index, and I would use an index obviously for the Leuchtturms. The Leuchtturms had indexes in the front of the page of the notebook, so I would use it. But I would also, you know, I would go out of doing Leuchtturms for some time and just go into other bullet journal notebooks that didn't have indexes, like the Moleskines, or the Dingbats. I had some Dingbats, and I've had just other ones like from Danica 58, and you know, adding all this without an index, really everything started to get lost, and I could no longer keep track of what I would write. And then the collaging and the junk journaling just started to look really messy. Like, I'll tell you one thing, my bullet journal was very functional. I had a lot of like to-dos. Planning was part of my to-do list. It was like heavy on to-do lists. Gratitude lists I also had. So it was just a whole lot of everything, which honestly I loved because it gave me a free platform to explore anything and everything that like called to me, and then it showed me what stuck and what just wasn't gonna stick at all for me. So I started to see like this pattern was ongoing for me in most of my bullet journal notebooks, and they were getting lost. My collaging, the junk journaling, and honestly it wasn't even aesthetic. I was just throwing stuff in there because I thought it was important and I wanted to capture a moment in time. And then looking back, I just didn't like the way it looked, and I am starting to appreciate more aesthetic in my journals. And I always wanted to be functional, but I never cared too much about it being aesthetic as I do now. I wanted to just have a little bit of interest, a little bit of an interest element. Just, I don't know, I just want to enjoy it a little bit more. I want to relax and have a little bit of fun. I'm also not a person that wants to spend so much time on a spread. I just realized that through this bullet journaling kind of experience that I had, I realized that I needed to separate some of these things in separate journals. And this year of 2024, I decided to separate. Now I have a journal where I can collage and junk journal together. And now the Hobonichi is serving me as still a journal, still sometimes a gratitude list, for sure to-do lists, and a lot of planning. And I'm combining work. And work was never in my bullet journal system. Work was always on a separate journal that I didn't even keep. So this time around, I wanted to keep work stuff, but I never could justify keeping work stuff if it was just only work stuff. So now this Hobonichi, I bought it for the intention of including work stuff, mainly like the weekly pages were for work, and they still are. The daily pages for personal, the monthly for personal and work. So it's been working out really well. So I just wanted to show you all that now I have a separate journal for brain dumping and project breakdowns. And now it just makes more sense to have those things separate. And I can dedicate and make it look, or make it have its own purpose. And yeah, like I don't have to even track it because it's within its own journal. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that the Postalco, I'm loving it, and currently I'm not going to use it for the Tomoe river paper that I bought because I'm using this here. But look, it's really useful. Eventually I'll probably use it for it, but right now I'm just finding purpose for something else. Anyway, I just wanted to show that to you guys real quick and give you an update on that. All right, so going back to the Hobonichi, as I mentioned, when I first bought this and I was barely going in, I anticipated what this year or what this notebook was going to give to me. So this has been going really well, the yearly spread. I've been using it as a habit tracker. It's been really enjoyable, really fun. And yeah, I'm kind of, per month, I'm kind of seeing what's sticking, what's not, what do I want to keep moving towards. And yeah, it's just been a really fun thing to look at. Anyway, moving on to the months. The months have been fun. I started in December because they have that option where you can basically get into it instead of waiting for the new year. So in December and January, even February, a little bit of February, I was just adding like foods my son was eating every day because I'm just tracking his digestion. He's been having some issues with that for a while now, actually, and I just kind of want to track what he's eating and how often and whatnot. So anyway, that only lasted for so long until I decided I needed to go more in depth with his digestion and his eating habits. So I ended up doing the dailies with more detail on his stuff, related to his stuff. But in the beginning, I just kept it just what he's eating per day. I would still add like dates of like what's happening, appointments and whatnot. So that was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I loved adding stickers to it. Lots of mild liners and just big letters. And honestly, it's been really fun. Really enjoyed it. So this is February, a little bit less, you know, nice looking or whatever. But it was still cool. I just added a bunch of stickers. Let me zoom in. I feel like it's a little far. So yeah, I just added a bunch of stickers. I'm just going to use them up. And then I started to buy these little circle tabs that I've been seeing on the internet. And this is a really cool way to add appointments. And I ended up buying these because you can just move them dates if you end up having to change the date for that appointment, which honestly, that's what was happening a lot. I kept scratching out appointments or things that didn't end up working out, and which is fine of scratching them, but I kind of like just moving them because I don't want to have to keep whiting out or scratching everything out. I can use a space for something else. Yeah, so that's what's going on. That was February, and then March I have a lot of appointments and stuff going on. But I'm loving the way it is, and I use it for both work and personal. I add little notes for like upcoming dates or things that are, you know, deadlines in the month of March, and stuff that's personal related, like life related, in here as well. So very helpful, very useful. I also like the idea that people do like gratitude lists each day. That's really cool. But I honestly can use a calendar for, like, you know, appointments and stuff. I prefer that here, but who knows, maybe one day. So those are the monthlies, and then obviously the weeklies have been working just great, just beautifully. Like, this is all my work stuff. I do a running to-do list. At times I'll do like actually like only a couple times I kind of journaled in here because I had probably run out of pages on the daily page. So I ended up writing in here, which was really fun. And yeah, I love being in the weekly pages. This is all work related. It's been really fun. And if stuff that doesn't end up getting completed that day, I end up migrating it to the next day, and then I can see like what was completed within the week, what was not, and if it's not, then I move it over into this column to add like, you know, new things going on. Not new things, but I'll add it to this column, to this side margin, to kind of dictate or set the tone for the next week of what needs to be done. Added a bunch of stickers, a little bit of everything, honestly. These are from Passion Planner. So I wanted it to look really like aesthetic, but honestly, like, I'm just not going to give myself that pressure. I'm just going to have fun, and whatever stickers I see close to me and whatever ones I packed in my bag, I'm going to use those. I'm not going to be so hung up on it looking perfect. Because in the end, I just want to have fun. I don't want it to be so, So perfect. So yeah, it's been really fun, really enjoying it. Great. This was the most recent week, and then we're going into this week. So no problem with that. As you know, here's my yearly spread, my intentions spread. This is January, gone and went. Then February, I've been adding a bunch of pictures actually, depending on the day. So it's been fun. Let me back up actually. So in January, that's when I added a picture here of my son. I did some fasting at the beginning of the month of January, and I added my notes, which was really fun. My experiences, really cool. And this is like, I started to add pages in between because my dailies were not enough, and I knew that. So on January 3rd, actually, on just the first couple days of the year, I already sensed that I needed more pages, and thankfully, these are actually pages that I pulled out, from the back of my notebook. I think you get like 3 or 4 blank pages for Hobonichi, so I cut those out, put them in here. And then this is another one. So I just would add washi tape, use marker, fill up these pages, and it was, honestly, I enjoyed it. Really fun. Here I did a 21-day manifestation challenge, and every day had like a different challenge, which was really fun. It was a great way to set the year. So that was like January. And I would keep adding pages. These are the Tomoe River paper pages that I added in here. Here they are. So, and yeah, I would add washi tape in them. I wrote a lot that day. And I would just add it to the 14th. And yeah, I'd keep on adding. So that's what I've been doing. Obviously, it does bulk up the pages. But I'm okay with that. And you could tell, look at the difference. This is a Hobonichi paper. It's a little bit, I don't know if you could tell, but this is more of a creamier color. This is the Tomoe loose leaf paper, and this is the white Hobonichi paper. Either way, they both feel just as smooth and beautiful, so I'm fine with it. I don't know, some people might be bothered by the imperfection of it, but I'm all for that philosophy of wabi-sabi, right? Embracing imperfection and just going with the flow, and just as long as it makes you happy and find meaning in what you're doing. And it's how life is, right? Life isn't perfect. So our notebook shouldn't be perfect either. And honestly, I love how it looks. But definitely it is bulking up. Look at that. And I actually need to cut again, like the pieces that are just overhanging, but it's not a huge deal. So yeah, I have been using these Tomoe River paper pages in here to add to my notebook. I've been adding a lot of them. Here's another one. And then I started to add my little sticky photos here. This is when I went for a bike ride. I took my son to his first parkour class, trying out some trial classes. I went for a bike ride with my friend here, so we did it's been really fun. And then I got a Garmin watch in January, and it arrived, and I took a picture of it, of me wearing it. And I went to Disneyland with my sister and our kids, and here's a picture of me and my son. Here comes February. And then I did a podcast with my cousin, and so it's just it's been really fun. Honestly, the dailies have been really fun, a space for journaling. Gratitude, I would end up using like gratitude lists on these top little squares here sometimes, but I also end up using this section where the squares are for to-do lists sometimes. So it just depends, but it's been really fun. I tend to do like the to-do list down here and then split it and do like journaling here, or just journal all the way through. Just using up my washi tape. I have a lot of washi tape. This is my little washi tape situation here. So I just want to get through them because it's fun. Why are they just going to sit here? I don't really have another purpose for them. It's just for journaling. So that is that. Cute little stickers. Got them on Amazon. And I add little cards here. Like I pull them. I give myself like, you know, I just kind of set a prompt for myself. Like I pull one out and whatever that means, I kind of write based off of what that's trying to tell me or how I interpret it in my life, which is really cool. And then sometimes I just want to write in a marker. So I ended up buying these, what are they called? Posca. So I got just like a small pack of them, and I just, whenever I feel like writing big and I just want to fill up a page or I have a lot of anxiety or energy going through me and I don't want to just sit down and write controlled and small, I can use a marker and use up space, and it brings color to the page, and it's satisfying to just write with something different. And you like my little avocado? Anyway, pictures of my sister's birthday. We went to a vinyl playing like bar lounge situation, but before that we went axe throwing, and we also went into a smash room and were given these what are they called? Those what are they called? They're the, oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. A bat to like smash a bunch of coffee, like there was just a bunch of stuff in the room, and you're able to just go ham on it. So that was really fun. Oh, and I'll add a note about something, and later if I want to add a picture about that event, I'll make space for a picture, and I'll just put insert picture of whatever that picture is. I'll write it down so I can remember what picture I need. So yeah, here I added more Tomoe river paper, washi tape to stick it, more Tomoe river paper. So it's just been really fun. I've just been adding a bunch of stickers, livening it up. More and more Tomoe river paper. The thing is, I've noticed that if I'm not really careful about the way I add the paper, I see that there's a gap here in the middle, and that's because I didn't push it all the way inward, and which makes it stick out a little bit more outward here on the edge. Whatever. More stickers, a bunch of stickers, and I have these random little images that I think I got on Amazon. And here I am biking with my son, which was really fun. And then write a little bit. I've been tracking my son's digestion, like I said, what he eats. Has he had his supplements, his prebiotics, his probiotics? Has he ate? What has he ate? What has he drank? Like, just it's a whole thing. Like I want to have notes for myself and for the doctor. And just a lot of to-dos, and I have honestly been loving it. I vary between pens. I'm not too crazy about, I use my fountain pens for sure, but I also use the Sharpie, it's this one. No, it's not that one. It's this one. Sharpie S Gel. Will this zoom in? Just testing my camera because sometimes I thought it would. Sharpie S Gel. Yeah. So I use this. This is a 0.38, and I really like fine point. I also have these Sarasa Dry. This is a 0.4. Is it a 0.4? Yeah. And I do use this one as well, but mainly my fountain pens. I use a lot of mild liners, and even my what's it called? These pens, these markers. I have a bunch of these Tombos, so I've been using these like on, like, you know, like for headlines. I don't know. Anyway, what's going on? What else? So yeah, keep adding. I kept separating, doing my to-dos. I really started to like how I was adding these marker sections. And then now it's becoming sort of like a junk journal, but I'm reminding myself this is just, it's just holding a space, but I know I'm going to add some pictures related to this. I ended up buying a really nice waxed canvas bag from this brand called Nomado. And then Peg and Awe is also, well, they are the makers of that bag, but I bought it at a shop called Nomado. It's in Belgium. And then I ended up getting a superior labor patch from this store called 26 Market. It's in Canada. So I want to take pictures of what I bought and add it in here, but this is just holding space to remind me to add those pictures. And these I'll probably add, either I'll keep them here or I'll add them to my collage journal. Here I did a list of to-dos, and then here I focused on my son's tracking, and then just some journaling here. And then I went into the month of March. Here, like some of my to-dos. Honestly, I haven't even really gone through, like, I haven't really reflected on the month of February and migrated much tasks that need to be, or add new ones. But here we are, we're in March, and I've been using these for sure. But also because, like I mentioned, I'm still going to keep adding and using these. But I was running into an issue that I don't want to keep filling up my Hobonichi Cousin with these extra pages. Because, look, you can even see the color. You can already tell that it's looking crazy. I'm going to take this off, see if this is... I don't know. I'm going to keep adding them. But it's just not, like, not that it's not sustainable. It's just that if I feel like writing, I have to, like, pull out a sheet of paper and make sure I have, like, good, solid, like, a place to write. And then I have to, like, have time to put it into my washi tape, you know, put it with my washi tape. So I have to literally, like, I have to be at my desk and have time to write in this with these pages. And I don't always have time at my desk. So I ended up coming up with a solution to my problems. Just like how I mentioned that each section of my bullet journal in the past had all these. I used to add all these to my bullet journal. I decided now that journaling would have to be in a separate journal. So I ended up pulling out a journal that has been waiting for me to write in it. So let me just talk about that. So this is where I'm at with the Hobonichi though. So still gonna keep working on these, but it's not a sustainable thing, not a practical thing that I can keep doing while I'm out and about. I'll do it when I'm at my desk. It takes more time, it takes more effort to put it in here and add it in here, which I still am, because I just don't like the idea of using these in here and then eventually tossing them. The paper's too good, and I feel like nothing is worth throwing away. Now that I see the value of writing, I just don't know what's worth throwing away. I feel like if it's on nasty scratch paper or like just literally just chicken scratch, but this paper is just, you gotta have something good on it, and I don't want to just toss it. So I don't know how, maybe eventually I'll use it, but like I said, I still want to continue to add it in here. Or who knows, maybe I can just add it in here, and then later, once I finish writing, I can just find a way to like bind it. You know, people get creative and you can just bind your own paper. So maybe I'll do something like that. That'll be a little interesting creative project. But I really like this idea. Look how I just wrote in here. That was really cool. So I don't know. We will see. We will see. So that is all I have in regards to my Hobonichi. This is going to continue. I've been enjoying it. It's been a place of journaling, like I mentioned before. But it's not enough to like hold my thoughts and feelings. You know, I have a lot going on, a lot that I want to say usually daily, and one page is just not gonna cut it for me. So I'll keep adding this, but I'm also trying to avoid the bulk as much as possible. And like I said, I'm not always at my desk where I can spend clean, controlled time these pages feel like I need to be very clean and controlled to write, and I gotta take my time with these, which is part of the biggest reasons why I decided to pull out a journal just for writing. Because it's funny, there was a moment where I really needed to write, and I was like, okay, I'm having a lot of feelings right now, and I don't feel like writing cute and controlled and small and quiet. Like, I need to be loud on paper. So what I did was I was like, where is my other notebook? This is a Danica 58. This has, I wrote the details here. This is a Tomoe River paper, Danica 58, 384 pages, 52 GSM. Sorry if you see my head. So I bought this. When did I buy this? August 2022, y'all. August 2022. I'm gonna take this off. This is a Galen Leather A5 cover, which it's already getting. This is the first time I'm using it, and it's just been sitting with all my stuff. And I just pulled it out. This is actually, this is not an A5. This is a B6 Galen Leather notebook. So so pretty. First time I'm using it. It's already changed so much color. I got some ink there. And I love it. It's been really, and it smells so good. I'm honestly so happy that I'm finally using it. So I don't even know when I bought this. I think it's been longer than, I think I got this early 2022 probably, and we're in 2024. So I'm barely using this and my Danica 58. I bought stickers on Amazon, and I just added a bunch of them just because it's a plain cover and I know I was going to get stained, so might as well just add colors, you know, stickers to it. So this is a B6 Tomoe River Sansen paper, 384 pages, 52 GSM, and I got it from Danica 58 on Etsy, August 2022. So this has been in my closet waiting for the day for me to use it. I used up an A5 that I bought at the same time that I bought this one, but this one just was waiting patiently for me, and I was like, so yeah, I came into when I wanted to write, and I didn't want to write on the Tomoe River paper. I was like, okay, I have a lot to say. I have a lot of strong feelings right now, and I don't feel like writing on this paper. Where can I go to write and be heard and feel like that satisfaction of putting my words down on paper? I went through my stash of stuff that's just, you know, patiently waiting for me that I haven't used, and I had this one that I had completely forgot about, honestly. And I was like, yep, this is my journaling space. So it is all just bullet journaling paper. And so I started with the marker. Look, marker, 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 marker. And it was so satisfying to fill it up. And I was like, oh, definitely, this notebook is going to be when I want to be loud. This is going to be the space where I just want to be heard, and I want to just be bold, and I don't care. But then it just started to become a regular journal for everything. I even tracked my son's speech therapy notes in here, and then I would pull cards that I have, like just like affirmation cards, and then just write based off of that. So now it's becoming my little journal. It's really cool. I added stamps, and I'm being very inspired by Baum-Kuchen, their studio, and like their pause, breathe, and journal videos. I'm so like obsessed with those videos. And I just add stickers and stamps and more washi tape. And I've been using my fountain pens, and I've been writing without having to be loud or feeling the need to be loud. It's just been like a natural gravitation towards this journal to write instead of having to fill up the loose leaf paper. But I have to remind myself that I want to fill up those loose leaf sheets in the Hobonichi to add to the Hobonichi. So I'm adding marker, I'm adding a combination of pen, and then I went to the doctor, and I write my reflections after the doctor's visit. So it's just been really cool, honestly. I haven't had a notebook that I just journal in. Honestly, at one point it felt really intimidating. So these are my pages, and I just add whatever comes to me. Marker, pen, and it's honestly been really fun. And yeah, this is where I'm at. This is my current personal journal. And so this is part of my 2024 lineup, as is my Hobonichi, which is my planner slash journal. Still is a journal, but obviously only encompasses so much. Covers work and personal. So this is where we are, and this is where we'll be for now. Anyway, thank you so much. I think I've spoken enough. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to respond and see, or maybe what videos you guys want to see. I have other types of journals that I would like to share with you all, of just different purposes that I use them for, and I eventually want to get those videos out to you. Or even one day I would love to review just my completed journals. And just of other things besides stationery, but honestly stationery is such a hot topic for me. But anyway, here we are. This is where we're at. Thank you for your time. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.